It's 4 in the morning and I'm doing this video. Probably not a good idea, but we're deep in the trenches now. So last month when it was my birth month, my driver's license actually expired. If you guys don't know, when you get a driver's license, it usually expires 5 years from when you get it. I actually don't remember when I got my driver's license. I just know it was like around after high school. I did know how to drive, I just didn't have the license, I guess you could say. But anyways, I'm very antisocial. I don't really like going out unless it's street skating. And even when it's street skating, I don't even like going out in general. So rather than going to the DMV and renewing my license there, I decided to just do the online stuff and basically avoid, seeing people. And obviously, regardless if you're social or antisocial or not, nobody likes going to the DMV. Like, I don't even think the people at the DMV like going to the DMV. But anyways, I decided to do the online stuff, basically where you renew your driver's license and you don't have to really basically go in person. I filled out all my information, I did everything I was supposed to do. I basically updated my address, anything specifically, like if I was an organ donor or anything like that, or a veteran, which I'm not, but basically all that information that it would ask you for a driver's license, I guess. And I get to the part where I have to basically pay for my new driver's license. I'm like, all right, cool, I did everything I needed to do. I don't have to go to a DMV. I can avoid all the confrontations. And then finally, I went to pay. And this is where our troubles began. I've always had a problem with my banking. I've never had the best, I guess, quality, I guess you could say, when it comes to my bank account. When it comes to paying with my card, like my debit card, I always had problems either with the touch scan thing, the touch pay or whatever, tap to pay or whatever. The chip's never reading. Sometimes when you link your card and you try to buy something online, it just doesn't want to cooperate. And in this case, when it came to buying my driver's license, it took a big turn for the worse. For those who don't know, obviously there's information entitled to your debit card or credit card, whether that's the billing address, your first and last name, middle name if you have one, or anything like that. Basically, anytime I moved, I always made sure to update my billing address, always, because I always know that for some reason, if you buy something and your billing address is different from your actual address, it could potentially pop up as a scam, according to your bank account at least. And it's also to associate it wherever you buy anything. It could be trackable, like if you buy something in a different state, for example, it'll probably give you a scam detection, and you'll probably get a phone call making sure that it was actually you. But in this case, it was the DMV, and technically I'm still in the same state, so I didn't have to do anything too special. And like I said, when I moved, I made sure that I did change my billing address. That was probably one of the first things I did when I moved out here. As I was paying for my new driver's license, it said that there was a problem with the billing, or it was problem basically charging me. Basically, it said either to try again, try a different card, or contact my issuer, which is my bank. And I thought it was kind of weird. I'm like, I've never had this kind of problem before. I've had problems with my card per se, or sometimes the addresses, but never with my card issuer, I guess you could say. So I was like, okay, maybe my card is still linked to my old address, which is not possible, which shouldn't be possible, but it has happened to be in the past. Like I said, I'm always on top of changing the billing address when I move. So I went in, I typed my different billing address and everything, or I guess not the different one, but the old one I had prior to the new one, and it gave me the same error again. Could not process transaction, must contact issuer, right? So I'm like, huh, okay. Then I thought maybe it needed to be maybe some problem with them, and basically I ended up having to call my issuer, which is basically my bank account. Before I could even contact them, I got phone calls basically saying that my card was being stolen, being used by other people basically, right? And it gives me a list of the past transactions, basically confirming if it was me. They were all me. All of it was for example, one of them was something from McDonald's, one of them was putting gas at a gas station, and finally the last two were of me trying to buy my new driver's license. This is how dumb my card issuer could be. Granted, I am thinking about switching, so don't worry, I'm not sticking with these people anymore, but it goes to show how ridiculous it could be. But anyways, I confirmed that all the transactions were in fact me. They tried to disable my card, but after confirming that those transactions were me, they enabled it again so I could use it. After all said and done, I went to go buy my driver's license again. And I'm thinking maybe this time it'll actually let me, considering the fact that I confirmed that these transactions are me and I am trying to renew my driver's license via online or the DMV website. And in the last attempt to try to buy my new driver's license, it gives me the same error. Transaction cannot be made, transaction payment failed or whatever, and contact your issuer. What am I supposed to do? I ended up having to actually go to the DMV and try to pay there. Basically, the whole thing I was trying to avoid to do still didn't work. My card declined. they thought I stole the card, but I confirmed that it was actually me. Which is kind of ridiculous when, like, obviously it shows my name, but I don't understand why it didn't pop up. They tried maybe like putting it into their computer, everything like that. My debit card literally could not let me buy my driver's license. I don't understand why. Now I have had problems where my card was like, I guess, too old for like the chipping or whatever was like, or the security chip, I think it's called, was considered like too old. So maybe they thought maybe that was the case. But in terms of the debit card information, everything was still spot on. There's no way, like, why would that affect me getting a transaction, right? So I'm at like a 4 to 0 loss ratio in terms of buying a new driver's license. So I waited almost basically an entire month just to try to buy it again. I thought maybe it was a glitch in the system. I gave it like a couple, I want to say like 2 weeks, almost a month basically. And I said, you know what? I'll try it again. I'll try to see if I could maybe buy it now. So I go in, fill out all the information yet again. And finally, as I go to fill out debit card information, same thing, same error. It didn't let me. And I'm in like shambles because you have to buy it within a certain amount of time before you have to actually go into the DMV and retake your like exam basically. I don't think you have to do the behind the wheel test, but I think you do have to do like the written one. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to renew my license. Like, I'm allowed to do that. At this point, I'm getting kind of desperate, so I asked like a parent or a family member to maybe let me borrow their card, and I'll just like, you know, sell them like the rest or whatever. And the same thing happened. I did not. Same problem. Contact issuer, payment could not be made, payment failed or whatever. At this point, I'm losing my mind because it's ridiculous how a simple thing that could be done, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. At this point, everyone in my family is just confused because they're seeing me put in like everything, all the information right. They're seeing me do it right, and they understand like, I don't want to go to a DMV. Like, there's no point of me going to a DMV when I can just do it online. Everyone is just like just as shocked as I am. Like, I don't understand what's wrong. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm doing everything right. I'm putting in the right credit card, or I keep saying credit card. I keep putting in the right debit card information. I'm doing everything the way they're asking, and it's not letting me. It's just not it's not letting me buy something I need to get, like I need to have in order to drive. Luckily though, my mom did offer up a different card, which was, I guess, it's a Bank of America card, but she offered up another card. Luckily, that one did in fact work. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because it was Bank of America. I don't know. Maybe DMV is in bed with Bank of America, but eventually that one did work. So after multiple attempts with my own card, attempt with one of my mom's cards, and then finally having to go to the DMV in person, which is the thing I was trying to avoid, and then finally using a Bank of America card that my mom owned, ended up working. I came out on top, almost close to the 2 month mark or whatever, or 6 week mark. I forget what the grace period for like not having to go in person. But holy moly, that was really close. I was praying not having to go into a DMV just to retake a written test for something I know how to do. Now, I know, granted, eventually I am going to have to probably go in person and we have to take my picture or something like that. I forget how many years they do it before you have to actually go in and update it in person, I think, or something. I know that eventually that day will come, but as long as I can avoid not going into a DMV, I am for sure never. But anyways, you can see in the background, I'm back on Black Ops 6, just trying to get the Olympia Nebula, one of the most heated guns in my opinion, just because it's a shotgun. I don't even know where I'm at actually, and I don't have a trap. Nice. I'm also dreading this season for it to be over already. I am ready for something new already, even though we're like not even halfway through. Yeah, Black Ops 6 is like dying so rapidly. I've seen so many people's videos of people going to like old CODs and just playing that. Modern Warfare 3 to be exact, actually. And I honestly don't blame them. I'm gonna hop on that train as well. I might start my Interstellar series before I start my Abyss series, because my Abyss series is, I didn't even start it. I started on stream trying to get Abyss and I couldn't even get Gold Tiger. And I was in a casual match, and that's horrible. And it's crazy because casual matches are supposed to be, you know, casual. But what's crazy is that the one time I wanted to go for a camo in Warzone, I decided to have a horrible time. But at this point, I'm okay with just never getting it. Or at least not now. I can get it later when I can or when I feel like it. I would much rather have Interstellar than Abyss anyways. I really don't care. Or Borealis, I don't really care. I'd probably have a better time going for Bioluminescent, in fact, actually. But yeah, at the time of this recording, I'm at 95%. I'm just waiting for the season to be over and hoping that there's a lot cooler events. Double XP is fine, but yeah, I just really hope that this game gets better.